Hello there, thanks for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and of course I've got the Grateful Dead from 1966, the very end of the year, and a highly unusual Grateful Dead 60s concert poster in that it doesn't have psychedelic artwork. That's right, this is a straight-ahead boxing-style concert poster for the Dead in December of 1966 with, all the elements of a boxing-style poster and none of a psychedelic concert poster. So how unusual and cool is this? I mean, I think there's only 3 or 4 Grateful Dead concert posters from the entire 60s, 66 to 69, that qualify as boxing-style concert posters. What do you have? You have Bill Graham's Appeals 3, which doesn't picture the Dead. It says formerly the Warlocks. There's this one. There's the Greek Theatre horizontal poster where they're playing with Bola Sete and Charles Lloyd. The posters or the events sort of called potpourri. There's sort of a purple and white one from Vancouver with Chuck Berry as an opening act, but I think that gig may have been cancelled. All those are mostly or partly boxing, more than half boxing. This is 100% boxing style, so I guess it stands alone in the 1960s as the only fully complete boxing style concert poster for the Dead. So that's, to us poster collectors, that's pretty cool. That means a lot. Now this is the very end of 1966, as you can see, December 29th. What an amazing year 66 was for the Dead, and of course part of that is because 66 was an amazing year for all of psychedelic San Francisco rock. It was only it being December 29th, it was only 48 hours before the Dead's first New Year's Eve performance for Bill Graham and the Fillmore, a tradition that would then go on for a quarter century with only a few of them missed. But their first one was coming up in 48 hours. So I wonder, some people probably went to this show and to New Year's Eve. That'd be pretty cool. So there's not a lot of words to share with you, but there we have from the top, as you can see, Ralph and Al Pepe present from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And that's not real common. So often they'll say 9 to 1 p.m. or something, but both the a.m. and p.m. necessary, so hats off for them getting that right. And then, instead of just saying the Grateful Dead, it says, see and hear the Grateful Dead. I like that. That's cool wording. That's very cool. And then you've got that standard Warner Brothers Records publicity photo of the Dead out probably on Haight Street with Pigpen looking back over his shoulder there. And it's just a nice presence across the top of the poster. Hear and see the Grateful Dead as they stand on Haight Street with that photo. And of course you've got the split fountain of yellow going down to green. Could have been blue, faded to green, a little bit hard to say, but it's a nice 2-color split fountain, another hallmark for sure of boxing-style concert posters. Now, as far as opening acts, you can see them real plainly and clearly, certainly a hallmark of boxing-style concert posters. Moby Grape, very early in their career, formed by manager Matthew Cates after the Jefferson Airplane canned him, and their first Columbia album, though, wouldn't come out for 6 months hence, so they were just getting going. And then you've got the Morning Glory getting sort of equal billing with the Grape, and they're a San Francisco psych rock band that didn't do too much. They had an album come out in '68, 1 LP only, engineered by John Cale of the Velvet Underground, so that's a little feather in their cap, but it's just funny because both these bands were considered to have been formed in San Francisco in 1967, and here they are on a poster, December of 1966, so it's really early for both those bands. Then you look at that huge lights credit. The Pepes like to do that on their Santa Venetia concert posters. Big giant light show all the way across all the way across the middle of the poster, and this one is lights by Zapp. And, they really would mix it up as to who did the light shows, and that's, just what the Pepes like to do, for sure. But that's a darn big credit, you definitely have to say that. And then, of course, right there below the venue, it's very straight, simple, forward. Look at that. Just admission, $2.50. No at the door, no in advance, no price tiering, no nothing. Just come on in for $2.50. So that's just, and then below that, below the line, look, you've got RNA Attractions. Well, that's, of course, Ralph and Al Pepe as they appear at the top and the bottom of their poster. And then, not surprisingly for a Bay Area boxer, this was made by Tillman Press out of Oakland in the standard 14 by 22 inch cardboard format. So where were the Dead? I have already mentioned the '66 was a great year for them, and it was great for all of San Francisco rock, but the Dead personally, where were they? Well, let's see. This is December 29th. 1 month ago, 1 month before this, the Dead held a big Thanksgiving feast at their mansion at 710 Ashbury, and members of the Jefferson Airplane and Quicksilver Messenger Service and all kinds of people were there, and it's sort of it's sort of a folklore thing that happened, but it's true. But Phil Lesh sort of stood up and addressed the room and said, "These are the good old days." And so that's, that's pretty cool. So that's 1 month before this gig. 1 month after this gig, the end of January, the Dead flew down to Los Angeles and started recording their first album for Warner Brothers Records. So that's a pretty fun sandwich. I like the sound of that one a whole lot. So, and I like this poster a whole lot. It's a telephone pole poster. You don't see many, and of course that's what the cardboard does. It survives the elements, especially in December leading up to the gig. So anyway, hope you enjoyed seeing it. Thanks a lot for stopping on by, and we'll see you next time for something soon. Okay, bye-bye.